Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness and another album review. Before I continue, however, a quick reminder the fundraiser continues. For those of you unaware, I am a disabled individual and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I am far from reaching the fundraising goal, so I'm reaching out to you, my YouTube community, for your help. My insurance will not cover any of this because my scooter is seen as a quote luxury item, end quote. And due to the fact that I'm unable to use a standard wheelchair or any other type of scooter because of my dexterity issues, I am limited to what I can use, and this is what I can use. So I'm asking for you to contribute $10 to the Spot Fund account, link below. If you want to do more, that's perfectly acceptable as well. But any and all support is welcome and appreciated. I do want to extend a gracious thanks to those who have contributed thus far, as well as those who intend on contributing. Your contributions have made a world of difference in my life, and I appreciate and love you all. Thank you. So it is time for the new Trevor Rabin album, Rio. And this album was a long, overdue album, I guess I could say, because we haven't really had any solo material from Trevor aside from his motion picture soundtracks for quite some time. His last solo album was an instrumental album, and prior to that, his previous solo album was in the late 1980s, and it was Can't Look Away, which I happened to listen to last night just to kind of refresh my memory before going into Rio. And in retrospect, even now, Can't Look Away really holds up very well. It is a really well produced and well arranged and well written album, and the performances go without saying. It's Trevor, and you can't go wrong with Trevor Rabin. The Can't Look Away is amazing. So how does it measure up to Rio? And is it better or is it subpar in comparison to Rio? I don't think that can be measured. I think Rio is its own entity at this point in time, and Rio itself is one of the best albums of the year in my opinion, and in quite some time actually. This album really hits hard, and the first three singles are actually the first three tracks on the album. So a lot of people might ascertain that that means that the rest of the album isn't up to standard or isn't really quite as good as those songs, but it's the opposite. Some of the other songs on the album just really are amazing songs, and you know, we had making Big Mistakes was the first single. We had Push, and more recently we had Oklahoma. Now I did do reactions to Push and to Big Mistakes. However, they were eventually blocked by the record company or YouTube. I'm not sure which. So I decided not to do a reaction to Oklahoma despite it being a magnificent song. And it really showcases Trevor's versatility as a musician, as a songwriter, as a vocalist. He is just at his peak at this point in time, in my opinion. Another song that stood out for me on this album was These Tears. It is just such a touching song and really, really hit hard. I mean, I found myself actually tearing up during it because it was that emotionally moving. And that's the one thing about Trevor that's been a constant throughout his career. He's been able to evoke emotions and do so by either certain phrasing, different key changes, um, certain lyrics. He has this knack of crafting some of the best songs ever written, in my opinion. And that goes with both his time with Yes as well as his solo work and beyond in terms of his motion picture work as well. He's written some of the most memorable scores. So, Rio, as a solo album where we get to hear Trevor sing again, he sounds phenomenal. And it is just a testament to how impressive he is as a musician and as a multi instrumentalist, as he did play the majority of instruments on this album. And another song that stood out for me was the final track on the album, Toxic. All the songs are great, but These Tears and Toxic, apart from the three singles, Oklahoma, Push, and Big Mistakes, Toxic is it's just a really amazing song. And this whole album is one that I highly recommend. Trevor Rabin is a really diverse musician, so you have a real variety in the music that you're getting on this album, and it's all over the map in terms of styles and stylistically. It has its own groove, its own place in the grand scheme of things. So uh, I think it was a good time for him to release this and to work on this, and I think it was the perfect comeback album, if you will, for Trevor Rabin, stepping back into the limelight, so to speak, with this album Rio. Definitely check this album out. You can stream it on Spotify, which is what I did today, as my copy did not arrive yet, but that's okay. I'm getting used to that. Actually, it's become it's an unintentional, frustrating situation when you pre-order a CD and it is not in your hands when you expect it to be. And from what I understand, I will not be getting it for a little while yet either because there is a backlog of orders. So yeah, that's a thing. But I can still listen to it online and I intend to because it is amazing. Once again, Trevor Rabin's Rio, an album that you should definitely check out. No matter your music taste or style, it is an album that can be enjoyed by all. It has something for everyone, and it is excellent at its finest. This is Rob with Media Awareness, and I hope you enjoyed this thorough yet brief look and review of Trevor Rabin's new album, Rio. I will see you all again soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.